Hello and welcome back to Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. I'm Rosa.
I'm still Sharyn.
We thank each and every one of you all for joining us for another conversation this week. And I hope that this conversation resonates with a lot of you all because we need the feedback. But before we get into today's topic, you have any announcements?
The announcement is we did what we said we was going to do. We just got off a live broadcast, and it's been so wonderful. We were with YouTube live talking to so many of our subscribers, friends, and buddies, and people that we know. And
over 142 views. We thank you for all of that. We appreciate you.
So we're tired. So let's get on with the show.
I don't really have any any comments. By the time you all see this, Sharyn will be headed to Philadelphia, and I will be headed to Vegas. So we're moving.
If you happen to find yourself in Las Vegas, Rosa says she's working. Okay.
I'm there to work, but I don't have no problem catching the show.
There you go.
So hey, hit me up.
Or sharing a cocktail with you. Okay.
That part. Especially if you buying. No, I'm just kidding. I'll just get with y'all. But anyway.
That's my wife. She's keeping it real.
So, for you all who are tuning in for the first time, we thank you. And please like, subscribe, and share our videos. We would appreciate it. And before we go any further, I just want to let you all know or make the announcement, as we have for weeks in the past, that we are not professionals. We are just giving advice that we know of, that we've experienced, that we happen to just, know a little bit about.
Right. We've lived through it, and with that.
So we thank you. And now it's shout out time. Shout outs. Okay, so today's shout out goes to Ashley, our friend in Florida. We appreciate you. We appreciate all that you do for Conversations with Sharyn and Rosa. Next is Iris. Thank you. And thank you for showing up for our live. We appreciate you.
Yeah, that was nice.
Coins. Thank you. And last but not least is Miss Donna D. Thank you. You've always had our back. You've always supported us, and we appreciate you for just being there since day one.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of people fall off,
right?
But you're still standing. Absolutely. Thank you, and thank you all who were able to log in for our live feed. We had a great time, and we just wish that everybody could have made it. We understand, timing in different parts of the country, and you all are coming from different places.
Right, and everybody's busy.
That. Right.
Everyone's busy. Everyone's multitasking. They're trying to do 943 things in 24 hours.
Absolutely. And so maybe the next time we'll do it, maybe have a different time frame so that some people who weren't able to join this particular time because of the time frame,
we'll be doing it again. Time. Right. Yeah. We will definitely be doing it.
But we'll try to do it at different times of the hours. So, but anyway, now that the shout outs are over, let's go into our topic. Woo! So, we got to give y'all some little extra. So we're going to be talking about ghosting today. And when I said earlier, I hope this resonates with some of you all because, I guess it has happened to me, but we'll talk about that a little more in depth. But we definitely want to know if it's happened to you.
Yeah. So wait a minute.
Yeah.
So what exactly is ghosting?
Ghosting for me is when somebody you were communicating with all of a sudden cuts out all the communication.
Yeah.
Like you just don't know what happened.
Yeah, it's looking up
Yeah, and it's not even like a dating thing, because I guess you could have been dating the person, but not necessarily.
Yeah, you can be ghosted by a person that you're dating, but I'm saying, let's say you haven't even gotten to the dating part. Y'all just been talking, having great conversations, been talking for the last 2 months, 3 months, whatever, or 19 weeks, whatever, and all of a sudden, click, nothing. You know what I mean? You don't get an answer machine, you don't get an explanation. So ghosting is, in a nutshell, it's an abrupt end to a relationship that may or may not be romantic as well. Okay, because some people are like, well, it ain't like we were sleeping together, but y'all were talking about sleeping together. Or y'all was trading some serious ideas on that phone for the weeks.
Right.
For the weeks, and learning each other and knowing that, yeah.
And you got to be interested in somebody to have several conversations or several ways of communicating with someone. I mean, so that means you probably were going towards sleeping with each other. Maybe you just haven't met each other.
Yeah.
And, enough to do that. And I know we have a friend that this just recently happened to. So it's still happening and it's still out there. What I don't understand is, as grown adults, we can't just tell the truth. If you're not interested in this person, if you were just using them, just be like, look, I've been a user all my life. So you still want to stay with me? Thank you for loaning me that money. It's probably not going to come back to you. I mean, just be honest, truthful. I mean, it sounds crazy when you think about it like that, but we all are adults. So if I loaned you some money to help get your car out of the shop and you don't pay it back, that's not the end of my life. So if you tell me you're not going to pay it back, it just lets me know that I'm not getting my money back, and I'm okay with that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I chose to loan it to you.
Right.
So whatever the small things are as to why people no longer want to talk to somebody, and it's always something that they did or didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they mad at you because they owe you money. Or they mad at you because something they did or whatever. I mean, it just makes no sense. We are grown. We're grown people. Like, just be open and honest. And don't get me wrong, because I've connected with people and I probably, was liking them at some point, and then they might have said something or done something to me that was just like, no, this is not going to work.
Right.
And I cut them off. Because I don't feel like I need to explain stuff to people, but at the same time, it wasn't something we were going towards. I would tell them, hey, when you were at the restaurant the other day and yelled at the waitress, and I just thought that was rude. So are you rude to people? If you come off with it, I've been rude to people all my life, and I don't let nobody tell me that's it. That's gonna be the end of the conversation. With
I
me.
don't think we're gonna. I don't think we're traveling in the same lane. It's okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you gotta
exactly.
let them go.
So,
but this is a different. All of what you're saying is true, and many people have experienced what you've experienced. But there was one young man on the internet. He, matter of fact, he was on television too. That he was getting ready. He was coming to marry the woman who he had never met, who ghosted him. Marry her.
But see, that's different. If you've never met somebody versus
but there's people can talk a real good line to you over the phone. Yeah. And I don't know how you get from just met you to 3 months later, let's get married. I never met you. I mean, I've never seen you in person, never hugged you, kissed you.
Well, they probably sent them pictures that wasn't them.
Right. All of that, because it gets very dramatic. It gets very detailed and in depth, should I say. So and remember, so whether you are ghosting or you were the ghosted person, wow. Like one question for the first person is, why do you even do that? The second person, like, how did you go along that long before you realized you were being ghosted? You know what I mean? I can't tell you where you're at work. You've never met me before. You've seen maybe what I wanted you to think was a picture of me. And I don't care, male, female, trans, wherever you at on the spectrum. I'm saying it happens to so many people, everybody. And I'm thinking, have I ever been ghosted? And I guess technically, kind of, sort of, one time when I really thought about it. And but the woman didn't leave me without telling me that what she thought of me. But I really thought was something wrong with her psychologically.
Well, that's not ghosted, because when you got cussed out, you already knew that was going to be the end of the conversation.
Yeah, because I had been in the military and she just thought I was evil and all this other kind of stuff. But we went to there from, yes, let's walk together on the beach early in the morning and smell the ocean and let's have a hot chocolate, to I think you're ridiculous and I'm not sure. She just went from from midnight to to AM real quick, and I was like, whoa, and so maybe I wouldn't call that ghosting, but she was crazy. She had some. I tell you what, I know she was on meds. I'm not sure if she was taking more or not enough. You know what I mean?
Or even the right one.
The right one, right. But when you are ghosted, what happens to the person who has been ghosted? Normally, it leaves you. You feel a sense of betrayal. You could even feel depressed. You're dealing with the unknown. How did you feel like a failure, or why did I even allow this person string me along to this extent? And all of those things, a bunch of negative things can come upon you, your feelings, because you're just like, was I stupid? Why did I even, we've talked on the phone 37 times and I'm believing him, what he's saying or what she's saying, and none of it's true, and then boom, you hear nothing from them. We went from, yes, I spent a wonderful week in Waikiki, to nothing.
Right.
So I tell you what though, I do know several people who have been ghosted. Right. And what I throw everything in the same file box called the world has changed. The world has just changed. Who does that to people? Who are you? What's in your DNA that you think it's fun to lead somebody on and make somebody think you exist or that you're interested or you care, and then just drop it? Who are you? Who does these things?
Right.
Because like it may be a ha-ha to you, but it ain't funny to the person who was taking you serious.
Right.
So a lot of that's going on in our time. And first of all, I would also like to know, is anyone out there in lesbian land and far beyond, have y'all been ghosted, and how did it happen, and when did it happen? And we would love to hear the not so great details about it, but we would love to hear how you managed that and dealt with that, because it happens more often than we even know, because oftentimes when people have been ghosted, they won't tell somebody because they're ashamed, or they feel like you got you got jacked up, or got played for a fool,
or feel as though something may be wrong with them, that this person they were once all about, they no longer talking to them. So you don't tell people that because you just feel like maybe something's going on with you, and it's not necessarily true. That person who's ghosting you got the issue.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because for them not to be able to tell you why they just don't find you attractive anymore, or the relationship's not working out, or they just interested in somebody else, because that definitely has happened to me. I've met you online dating, you meet several people at the same time. Everybody don't just come one at a time. Online dating doesn't happen like that. Mm-hmm. But you may be into somebody, and then somebody better that you feel more connected to comes along. So your attention is now towards this person. So you kind of ghosted that person. Or just be honest. I'll be like, look, I'm dating another woman who I find very attractive. I find blah 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 blah. And if that person is upset about it, then you just let them know. Okay, well, this ain't gonna happen.
Right. And I always say, like, hey, you buy your ticket, you take your chances. Right. Nothing's guaranteed. Right. But have the just have the decency. Like, honey, it's not you. It's just something that's come up, or I reconnected with my ex. I'm shocked too, but we really gonna try to work it out. Thank you for your interest, but I need to do this. Deuces. I wish you well. Right. And so we ain't got to go to the extreme of pulling somebody all the way in, and now they're going to meet you on the other side of Milwaukee on the 13th, and I'll have a rose and carry a Bible. You'll know who I am. What? And the person never shows up.
Right.
So definitely not funny. Actually, it's very sad. So our question today is, again, have you ever been ghosted, or have you ghosted someone, and why? And the bigger question is, who are we as a society that we've gotten here? That we've gotten here to, like, that's the okay way to communicate with people. it's doing a lot of damage to some people. You know what I mean? Because you out there and you talking to Lonely Lucy, and this is the first great conversation she's had with anybody. So now y'all have talked 13 times, 27 times, 43 times. She's getting excited. She done lost some weight. She done bought new outfits, and she is ready to meet you at the airport and pick you up, and you don't show. Not only do you not show, she never hears from you again. Mm-hmm. Ouch. Ouch. So how does Lonely Lucy feel tonight? And that it's just not funny. It's not kind. It's not good. It's not. It's just not a decent, not a good thing to do to people. So what has changed with us in this society? And we can't blame everything on social media, but surely a lot of things has happened since social media.
Exactly.
It truly, truly has. They said 50% of all the divorces in America has something to do with Facebook. Meaning, not because Facebook is bad, it's just that people now, they post every doggone thing that they do. The good, the bad, the ridiculous, the legal,
but not
the
even
illegal.
Just them. Their friends maybe, and they in the background.
Right.
Thought you said you was supposed to be working.
You're supposed to be on a business trip in Orlando, and here it is, you grooving with somebody in Waikiki. You know what I mean? And boom, so it's just like, it happens because everybody's got a camera. There's people who want to, what they call it, photobomb you, or now you're being photobombed.
And they have face recognition too. So even if you're in the background or something, it may catch you. So. And
so somebody has now just parachuted into your life and came into the middle of your very disruptive life, and you busted. Because my second, the girl over there that works in finance, her second cousin knows your wife.
Right.
You never know, sweetie, and you're busted. You are busted.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
how are we going to manage this? Truly, how do we manage this? I just think it's the absence of just good human behavior, just manners, consideration, civility, whichever door you want to come in. It's just like people aren't as thoughtful as they used to be. It's like, hooray for me and the hell with you. If you got hurt, that's on you. I never promised you this and that. It's just like, it's like everyone has emotions, but no one has feelings.
Right.
You know what I mean? You get emotions when it's done to you. You know what I mean? But I ain't thinking about your feelings.
Right. When I do it to you.
Right. And have we gotten that desensitized as a society here lately?
That we have to put a name to you not, communicating with someone just in your grown. You know what I'm saying? You know how to communicate. Just tell them. If you don't want it anymore, just say you don't. You don't have to block all communication. The person can't even get in contact with you. They worried about you.
Right.
Because I would just assume something happened to you. If we were communicating on a regular every Wednesday, you calling me or I'm calling you, and then several Wednesdays go by and I don't hear from you, I'm assuming something happened.
And especially that third Wednesday, you were supposed to come by and see me anyhow.
You know what I'm saying?
So you're right. People get worried about you and all that because you have pulled them in emotionally.
Right.
You done sold them a whole big pile of some, happy shit, and they bought it, and they ready to meet you at the train station, the airport, or whatever, and you're a no-show. No show, no explanation, no nothing.
Right.
It just totally cut you off. Yeah, that would bother me. So no, I guess I haven't been ghosted then.
And I guess I'd rather, even if you don't want to call and say it, just text me. Everybody texting, and then block me. But let me know if you don't contact me again. It's over, whatever. Oh, well, okay. I guess I won't contact her again.
Right.
We're good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
even if you don't like it, but at least you know what's going on.
But just to not say anything. And that person is just kind of trying to figure stuff out and just sitting there in the rain and, with no umbrella. It's like, damn, can you just show up with one? You said you was bringing the umbrella. Now I'm all wet, waiting on your butt. Because you a no-show.
That's not coming.
Yeah,
that's sad. That's wrong. That's just
but
wrong.
We are in that society. And it's like, when did that become okay? And when did that become to the point where it's happening so much that we did put a name to it? Ghosting.
Yeah.
Like,
People are now familiar with it. Yeah, I know that happened to my cousin. Hell, it happened to me.
Right.
Happened to my brother-in-law. Whatever. And I'm just like, please,
Right.
let's slow this train down.
But it also digs at trusting people. You want to trust people and you want to take people at their word. So if you've been communicating with someone back and forth and it sounds like it's great and y'all both are enjoying one another and you want to meet up and then you don't, it's like now I no longer trust you and I'm probably not gonna fully trust the next person,
right, the next
who might be sounding a lot like the conversations you and I had.
Right, but this time they're sincere. But I don't want to.
Right, and I can't really see that they're sincere. So yeah, I mean, we need to, as adult people who know how to communicate, whether you need to write it, text it, call it, however, there's so many ways to do things and get in contact with people. There's no excuse to be ghosting them. There's none.
Truly,
there's none.
Yeah, I do know several people in my life have been ghosted, and it's sad.
Yeah.
It's just sad. It's just not a nice thing to do to anyone. And they should have known. No, they shouldn't have. They were listening to your happy horse shit that you were selling,
right.
and you were so convincing. And and you caught them at a time where they were willing and wanting someone to come into their life, even just a little way,
right.
And you were saying you was the guy or the girl, and then you just y'all had tickets to go see the show. She picked up the tickets. You don't show up. There is no dinner. There's no, hey, I'm going to be late. Oh, I can't make it at all. And they never hear from you again.
Yeah.
You tell me, where are you supposed to file that at?
Exactly. And like I have a friend who, to me, wasted money trying to go see someone who just didn't show. Like, that's people's time. That's their money. She was coming from a whole nother state, had just had a knee operation. So she on crutches with a whole knee brace on. And she on the plane. She gets to where she needs to go. She calls you, tells you she's there on her way to the hotel. And you're like, okay, well, maybe I'll see you around 7. And 7 comes, she's texting you, and you're like, well, I don't know if we should meet. Now getting cold feet, like, never showed. The girl never showed. She my friend stayed for 3 days because that's, the plan that they had.
Right.
And then she just kind of enjoyed the city and got back on the plane when it was time to go home. But just with all of that, you have no feelings for her wasting her money on a plane ticket, wasting her money on a hotel room, wasting her money just coming to see you, and you don't show. Y'all was good to go up until she landed in your city. Then all of a sudden, no show. She don't even know where you live to even go to your house.
Right.
So, I mean, come on now. We are adults. We wouldn't want that to happen. We wouldn't want that to happen to us. So why did we allow it to happen to other people? That's my only thing. Just treat people like you want to be treated. If you don't want to do that and waste your time and money, then don't have somebody else do it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Just stop ghosting.
Bad. Yeah, I'm with you. We can wrap it. Stop ghosting.
Exactly.
Seriously, because like I said, maybe it's a game to that person or those persons who do it. But this is you're dealing with real people who have real feelings.
Yeah.
And that's just not cool.
Right.
So if I go any deeper about it, I will show my true distaste for people for doing that.
Right.
But please don't. Just think of it if it happened to you. Don't do it to somebody if you can't imagine it happening to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? So don't do it.
Exactly.
Please, because you're hurting people, and at a minimum you are being you're a big step away from kind.
Yeah, being deceitful.
Being deceitful. Yeah, that's another word too.
Now,
I'm trying to be easy with the words. Be careful, but
Now, but the thing too is, I do understand emergencies, and I do understand that they happen. And when emergencies happen, you're not thinking about the person you're supposed to meet up. You're just thinking about that emergency. I get that. So you may be unavailable. But let's say the person came to see you, emergency happened, you didn't have time to even see them. Then offer them half of their money back or something. Like, let's just not pretend like nothing ever happened.
Right.
You know, I mean, if it's legit, then try to make up for it. And sometimes we have to take the L. You know, you may not even have the money to offer them, but just do it anyway and come out of your pocket, because you got to take the L too. Like, come on. That person
and I hear you. I could appreciate that, but I'm saying you ain't even got that far with me. You can just tell me, hey, something came up, something big came up, and it's not going to happen. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to be about face and like, okay, I can make the other party then, whatever. I appreciate the communication.
Right, but when you don't get that.
But when you don't get it, it's a hurtful thing, like I said, because if no is no, anything can happen at any time for no good reason. We know that because we are all adults, as you say. Yep. You're right. But when you just like, that's just what you do, you're somewhere laughing about it, or if you're even laughing about it, or, you're just like, what's the big deal? Right. It's not my fault that they got on the plane and came out here, you know what I mean, and that kind of stuff, and then now you're nowhere to be found. And guess what? You're really not even in Albuquerque.
Absolutely.
How about that?
I feel bad when I, can't get to answer somebody quick enough, because I know sometimes when I'm texting, especially my wife, and I want to know her answer, and I'm like, I need for her to answer me right away.
Right,
so I get that, but if you text me, I'm definitely going to answer. It might be 2 days later, but it's going to get answered. Yeah. And I'm not just going to be ghosting people. Come on now.
I'm just not. Yeah. So that's where we're
at. Number change, you call doo-doo-doo.
Right. The subscriber
the number you have called.
This subscriber owes us $418 in unpaid, so no, you don't get to talk to them. But exactly. But seriously, if you don't hold on to anything else, just like I said, if you're one who actually does the ghosting, please stop, because you're hurting people.
Absolutely.
And if you've been ghosted once, that should prepare you and know what not to do to be ghosted again. Okay, Absolutely. So be on guard. Okay. And that's what we're at today about this conversation. Hang in there. And the person, who you're supposed to be with, she's waiting on you too.
Absolutely.
The right person.
Absolutely.
Take care, stay healthy, and as always, we're wishing you the very best.
Of all good things, stay safe and stay woke. And don't get ghosted.
I knew you was going to say it. Take care.
Love you.